Big breaking news coming in with regards to those communal clashes in UK's Leicester that took place a month ago almost. A report by UK think tank has stated that the cause of the recent clashes has found no evidence of any Hindutva or RSS extremism. It further states that a group of social media influencers and some even with terrorism links peddle this fake narrative to stir up tensions and instigate violence. This is the latest coming in. If you remember those visuals of those clashes that came in, it said that RSS was behind violence and it was an RSS coordinated clash. Those ones on your screen if you remember. But now a UK group has said RSS has had absolutely no involvement in it. Okay, the false narrative is being peddled is what that UK think tank has said, which is indeed shocking because anybody on social media would know the kind of videos that were being circulated or the kind of articles that were written. There were long think pieces about RSS and, it really spun the wrong picture and extremely sad now that the UK think tank says it wasn't, RSS wasn't involved. Going across to my colleague Abhishek Jha, who joins us on the phone line. Abhishek, this is going to come as a big shocker to many because there was an entire narrative that was spun around it and many believe that to be the absolute truth, that it was the RSS behind that clash in Leicester.
And this is going to clear a lot of confusion that has happened over the period of several weeks where law and order situation become little out of control from the hands of the police. And now the Hindu radicalism and Hindu extremism and RSS involvement, these were the kind of narrative that were built across the area that RSS extremists were involved in fomenting those hatred and creating disturbance among the community. But now the latest reports and investigation revealed that there was no such thing that has happened. And in fact, there was a certain influencer who tried to spun fake narrative, and that over a period of weeks became something that people started believing in, and the community divided happened, which resulted in some clashes also and creating law and order situation in that area.
Abhishek, now the study has found that it was a result of a micro-community cohesion issue, which was falsely presented as an issue of organized Hindutva extremism and terrorism. So it is extremely concerning that one influencer with some 800,000 followers, I believe that was the one we were showing on our screens as well, parading there. He said he was the face of the Muslim uprising, defending themselves against Hindu fascism. Now this, of course, is also going to come as a blow to other people who are reporting truthfully about ground realities. These kind of fake reports, which has spun a wrong picture, wrong narrative, also, deeply give rise to many concerns.
Actually, there has been a lot of incidences in the past also which have tried to create a narrative where Hindus were sure to be shown in wrong light. There have been these cyber activities of misleading and misinformation, which have been found to be based out of places in Gulf, Pakistan, and other places, which try to create Twitter trends and social media misinformation campaign in order to malign the image of India, in order to malign the image of Indians living outside, and create a community divide. And this incident that we are talking about, Leicester, which happened in the wake of India-Pakistan match, that went far ahead from the something that could actually happen. There has been in the past instances also where India-Pakistan matches create some kind of divide or some kind of community, disturbance, but it is normally very short-lived. But this time it looked like it was very well planned and organized because it went on for several weeks, and now we know that there were social media handles with a lot of influencers of 8 lakh or maybe 1.5 lakh. They tried to create and foment these narratives that Hindus and extremist radical groups, RSS, were behind those attacks, so that people started also believing in that, and that community divide resulted in those clashes where people actually rallied There were incidences of stone pelting at the temple. There were incidences of Hindus clashing Muslims. There were incidences of Indian Hindus clashing Pakistanis. One has to believe that who were actually going to benefit from these divide or these clashes that were being fomented across the Leicestershire region, and those probes will be throwing more light as to who all were behind it. But this looks like a very organized and well-planned activity of cyberspace, which resulted in those.
Request you stay with us because we're also joined by Mr. Ratan Sharda, eminent author. Very good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Sir, the fact is RSS was not involved in these clashes is what the UK think tank has said. But RSS never came out and denied their part in it. What was the reason? Some are alleging it is to say that it is to project that they actually had a lot of influence in the UK and to make it look like, they were heroic. That is one reason why the RSS didn't deny their involvement, is what some are alleging.
Well, it's saying that silence is taken as guilt, and silence and dignified silence of not, responding to totally biased and totally targeted attack on Hindus is taken as a sign of some kind of acceptance of guilt. RSS has no presence in UK or anywhere outside the world. In UK, there is Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh, which is there since 1950s. It's not something new. And there are many Hindu organizations, and there are many Hindus there. But have Hindus ever been in any way being accused of any kind of violence? What is the number of Hindus in the jails? And what have Hindus done to get this kind of Hindu hate from the people who are protecting and harboring, in fact, honoring the people? There was a YouTuber who was honored, who was brought onto BBC, and there are intellectuals who are lionizing them. When this kind of atmosphere is clearly seen, Hindus are very simple, peace-loving people. They have the right to enjoy the religion. They have a right to celebrate. Are they living in Pakistan? Why Indians cannot enjoy the cricket victory of India? Although they are patriotic citizens of UK, they have a right to back any cricket team and celebrate. So are we living in Pakistan where celebrating a victory can become a crime? No report of police. Police denied this kind of criminal intent of any organization. They stopped they stopped every kind of rumor mongering. And what was the reason for bringing up Sadhi Ritambra when her visa was already cancelled? Her excuse was made. So this bullying of Islamists in UK has increased a lot. You see the number of Muslim mayors now in there, and Pakistanis who have more muscle power than intellect, who have no space in the entire hierarchy of Britain in terms of any achievement, in terms of any contribution to the English society. And here are the Hindus and Indians who have contributed hugely to UK, to the economy, to every kind of possible social scenario, including Seva. And they are being defamed, and they are being abused, and our people are kept quiet, and you are asking me what is the reason RSS respond? Because RSS has nothing to do with it. Local Hindus responded, and they have said whatever they want to say, and they have protested. They have protested against BBC, against every kind of biased media. They have petitioned for the wrong representation, despite police, despite government, despite think tank telling that Hindus have no role. If everybody keeps on defending Hindus, it's high time Hindus rise up. They be more assertive, show their muscle in the terms of their achievements, in terms of what they have done for their country, and then only these useless living on the doles of the British government will understand.